2025 is getting crazier for aviation. There are more than 2 plane crashes in just 1 week. The first plane crash, American Eagle and Black Hawk collides and went into Potomac River. The second, Philadelphia plane crash, which was an air ambulance. And third, South Sudan plane crash, which was just going to take off. So let's talk and let's move to our first one. The type of the aircraft of the American Eagle was CRJ-700, and the name of the plane was American Eagle 5342. And it collided with a Sikorsky Black Hawk H-60 military helicopter. And sadly, there were 64 people on the CRJ-700, and unfortunately, no one have made it, and 3 crew members on the Black Hawk, and none of them survived. So this was our first case. And our second case is Philadelphia plane crash. The plane was headed to Springfield Branson National Airport, and on the way, let me tell you first, it was an air ambulance, and on the way the plane mysteriously nosedives on the road and erupts into a fireball. And after that, let me tell you the injuries and fatalities. So the plane was carrying 6 members, 2 pilots, 1 doctor, and a little girl who needed treatment, accompanied by her mother. And unfortunately, after the crash, no one survived the plane crash, and 1 person on the ground in a car died by the impact of the plane. So right now 7 are declared dead, but we know the number of fatalities can get higher, and the injuries, because the plane crashed on a road, there were 22 injuries, and the man who was peacefully sitting in a restaurant to eat was struck by a piece of metal from the debris, and unfortunately he got injured. And why the plane nosedived, I have a reason for this. It can be related to this act. So this is Alaskan Airlines 261, those who know. The plane had a problem with its vertical stabilizer and began to nosedive. As we can see here, the plane abruptly nosedives. So here is the problem, and the plane starts nosediving. Now the plane is nosediving, and the pilot decides to fly inverted. And that was a pretty great idea. There is a movie based on this, but that's not our topic, so let's stick to this. The plane goes down, the pilot tries to fly inverted, and sadly the plane crashes into the sea, as we can see here. Those are the other pilots who could see Alaskan Airlines 261. Here is the plane flying inverted, and now it crashes into the sea. Boom. And if you didn't see, the plane was a Learjet 55, and if you didn't see the crash footage, I'll show you. The plane was descending quite fast. So we could see the plane which crashes like a missile, and people almost thought that it was a missile strike. We can see here the plane and it crashes. That was a pretty big explosion. The explosion reached 10 to 15 feet, and that happened. So yeah, that's it for today's video. I don't know much about the South Sudan plane, so I'll gather information on it. So that's it for today's video, and if you like the video and if you want me to make a separate video on all of those crashes, please like, share, subscribe, and that's it for today's video. Rest in peace to all the victims. Bye bye. Stay safe.